students. You're welcome to CHM Classroom with Auntie Taiwo. Please click on the subscription button. So, the last time we discussed about real life applications of chemistry. So, right now we are going to be talking about valency. Valency. In fact, without the concept of valency, compounds will not be formed, reactions will not take place in chemistry. Now, every element on the periodic table have what we call the valency. Now, valency is the combining power of an element. The number of electrons at the atom's shell is what we call the valence electrons. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. Number of electrons at the atom's shell. The last time when we did our key element shell, I showed us how we can actually break down our electrons into shell. Now, we have, okay, let me use sodium as a typical example. Sodium is 11 on the periodic table. So if I'm going to break it into shell, I'm going to have 2, 8, 1. Okay, so let me just draw the shell. This is the nucleus. Okay, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the last shell, I have only one electron. Now you see this one electron is the valence shell for sodium. Is the valence shell for sodium. It's actually the one that even partakes in bonding with other compounds. By the time we get to formation of our compounds, the chemical bonding, electrovalent and covalent bonding, you understand the concepts better. So this is my valence electron. So the valency of sodium here is what? 1. Now we have explained valency. I wrote this on the board so that we can just follow it one after the other. Then there's something we call the octet structure. Now, octet structure has to do with some rules. Now, if you look at this key element shell, the number of electrons from the second shell, it contains maximum number of what? 8 electrons. So most atoms will want to speed up and have that 8 electrons. So they want to have 8 electrons at the atom shell. So that is why some of them eventually, they either give electrons or they receive. Like in the case of sodium now, sodium will be willing to give out this 1 and remain with 2 8 for it to have the octet structure. Okay, then atoms are electrically neutral. When it's like this, when it's not giving out electron, when it's not taking, they are still electrically neutral. But by the time they give out electrons or they receive, then they become ions. Ions carry charges. Yeah, they carry charges. So is either an atom carry what? A positive charge or a negative charge. Now this is it. An atom that carry a positive charge is what? Is the one giving out electrons. Is the one giving out electrons, while the one that carries the negative charge is the one receiving. Okay, is the one receiving electrons. So in the case of sodium, sodium will give out this 1 and sodium will become what? Sodium plus. So it will become an ion. Now let me show you another one that will be willing to receive. Another one that will be willing to receive is oxygen. Oxygen is what on the periodic table? Oxygen is 8. So I'm going to break it into shell. So oxygen is what? Oxygen is 2 6. So if I draw, I have something like this. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So oxygen is how many electrons to complete the octet structure? Oxygen is 2 electrons. So anything that will make oxygen to receive 2 from another atom, so oxygen will become what? 2 minus. So it's going to carry a negative charge. So we have been able to talk about valency, octet structure. Atoms are electrically neutral. That is before they either give out or collect electrons. So then By the time they give out or collect electrons, ions are being formed. And that is when we will now proceed to bonding. But before we proceed to bonding, we are going to show you how some compounds are being formed.